All right. I'm here back on Facebook Live. Listen, I got a question for you guys. Have you ever been doing your thing? You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's at your job or in your business or sports or at the gym. You ever been just doing your thing and then somebody got their hand in the plate and, they try and mess up your groove? You know what I mean? Well, if that's ever happened to you before, I want to share with you guys a true story that happened this past weekend. And the reason why I'm even giving this a little bit of energy is because it affected our youth, right? And I believe that this is not something that I'm going to make it a living to doing every single time that it does happen, because I don't even do it right now. However, I have to say something about this, because between everything that I'm going to say, I have a strong feeling that it's going to help somebody else. So this past weekend, I'm playing ping pong. And as a lot of you know, I enjoy playing ping pong. So I'm playing ping pong and I'm winning, right? I'm winning. Now, I hear somebody on the sidelines, right? I hear somebody on the sidelines talking, right? But it's not like they're just talking, because there was tons of people there talking. But it was like that hate talk, you know what I mean? And it kind of broke through the regular conversation. So I'm hearing this hate talk. And of course, I noticed who it was. I looked over. I was like, oh, okay, this is this person. I'm like, yo, why is this person hating? I don't even know this person. Never met this person. So I continue playing. And the person that he was talking to, right? The person that he was talking that hate talk to while I was winning. When you winning, the people on the sidelines are going to have something to say. And it's not just with ping pong. It's with anything you do in life. Right? When you start winning, like I was taught this way back in the day. Listen, the nail that sticks out, it always gets hammered in. Right? The nail that sticks out always gets hammered in. And I already know this, right? However, I noticed in between these games, right? I noticed that the dude he was originally talking to, that dude left. Right? I don't know if he couldn't take it anymore or whatever, but he just left. Right? So eventually this dude said, I got next. He's like, who got next? And then he was like, all right, I got next after you. So as I'm continuously playing, and I noticed that this same kid, and this is a college student, right? This same kid, now, because remember, the guy he was originally talking to, he left. He went to go do his own thing, right? So he goes to go talk to somebody else around the table where we was playing. And I'm still hearing this talking. I'm hearing, that hate talk. So he's still hating, but to somebody new. And there's a message behind this, as you guys know. But I wanted to just give you guys a little backdrop before I give you the message. So he now is on another side of the table, and he now has somebody new that wants to hear him hate about me winning. So now I beat this next guy too. So now, remember I said he had next. So now he's on the table. Now, in the midst of all this hating that he was doing, he was also talking about how great he was at ping pong and how he's played all of these great people around the world. And I'm like, wow, this kid must be really good. If he's hating on me who's winning, right? He ain't talking about nobody else. He's hating on me. This kid must be really good. So the kid gets on the table. And as soon as he gets on the table, before we even start playing, I was like, so what is it that you've been telling everybody about me? And he looked like his eyes, it threw him completely off balance. Like, he's like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, like, what were you telling everybody about me and how I play? And he's like, and he was so stunned, right? So now I'm like, what was you saying, bro? And then he was like, man, all I was saying was this. Right, and I'm not even going to go into it, right? But because hate is hate. It doesn't really matter what he was saying. So he was saying this particular part of my game is not really good. So I'm like, yo, bro, I just had to ask you about 5 or 6 times, like, what were you saying? Like, I didn't want to even play him until he addressed me and told me what he was telling everybody else about me. The moral of this story, the good news that I came here to bring to you guys is probably 2 or 3 things. One is that if you can talk negatively or positively, truthfully, if you can talk negatively or if you can talk about somebody when they're not in your presence, if you can talk about people to other people, listen, you should be able to say that same thing to that person's face. Right? I'm totally against, I don't know if I've always been this way, but I would say at least the past 5 or 10 years, I'm like, yo, I got to go to where the root is. Like, I'm the type of person like, yo, if you tell me that if you tell me you're going to do something, the only way I'm going to accept anything else is if you come back to me and you tell me that you can't do it. Right? It's all about the root, man. And I know that in this moment, man, I beat this kid. And listen, it was like, y'all remember Muhammad Ali when he first changed his name, right? From Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali. And the dude kept calling him Cassius Clay in the ring. And he kept beating him. He's like, no, what's my name? What's my name? What's my name? And eventually he called him Muhammad Ali. That's how I was beating that kid on the ping pong table. And I rarely take things personal when it comes to when it comes to sports. But I wanted to make sure this is a young kid, right? And how many times are we allowing this young generation? And listen, for all the older folk that are talking about how bad these young kids are, listen, we can't forget who raised them, right? We can't forget that. Listen, we can't spend our entire lives, right, correcting people and enlightening people. But listen, there's a point where if we allow things to continue, that it's like pollution, right? People who pollute, a lot of them say, I don't care about the future. They can have kids and they're like, no, I don't care about the future. No, listen, pollution is going to affect generation after generation after generation. If we just let people pollute and litter and stuff, it's going to eventually have a negative effect on you and someone that you love. And that's the same thing about, these principles that we have to stand on, right? If you see somebody, listen, that he say, she say stuff, these kids is doing that. And they're becoming cowards, and then they hide behind social media because they don't know how to confront people. Like I tell young people all the time, online and in real life, I tell young people all the time, believe it or not, there was a time in life, and I'm only 36 years old, there was a time in life that I know firsthand where you can tell somebody that you don't like them right there to their face, and it didn't have to be a fight, right? You tell somebody like, yo, I don't like what you just did. Right? I don't like how you do that. And then we can build from there. Like if it's got to get physical, then it's got to get physical. But most of the time, those physical and the negative stuff that really happens, it happens a lot through he say, she say. Right? And we have to get behind. There's too much coward stuff going on. I remember a couple of years ago, Diddy used to call it bitch assness, right? He even made a t-shirt that said, this is some bitch assness, right? And that's what y'all remember that? Bitch assness. That's really like, yo, How you gonna talk about this you telling me, listen, if you come to me and telling me about Sally Mae or Junebug, you come to me talking about Junebug, and Junebug is this, and Junebug is that, and Junebug is this, and then Junebug just happened to show up in both of our presents, and now you just happy-go-lucky talking about Junebug and setting up new weekend plans for this week. That's whack. That's whack. Now, what I respect is, yo, you talking to me about Junebug? Yeah, you talking to me about Junebug. Junebug is this, Junebug is that, and then Junebug just happens to be in both of our presents. What I respect and what people from my generation respect is they respect, yo, you say the same thing you was just telling me about Junebug, say it right here, right now, in front of Junebug. And this is, and I truly feel deep down in my heart that although this college student, like, it got to the point where we was playing in the game. Remember I was saying, like, how Muhammad Ali kept punching that dude, like, yo, what's my name? What's my name? He didn't want to say his name. That's how I was beating this kid on the ping pong table. But it wasn't about no names or anything. It was about, like, yo, you telling everybody else, you talking to everybody else about what I do. And here you are. I got to ask you 7, 8 times. I got to get other people to join in and say what you were saying. This is some coward stuff. And listen, you don't got to be in business to adapt this principle. You don't got to be, you don't have to be a high performer to stand on this, to get behind not being a coward and all this he say, she say. That's crap. And all of you who are accepting this, it has to come to an end, because like I said, it's just like pollution. And of course, you litter a little bit here, you litter a little bit there. Yeah, that's not going to make a big difference. But if everybody did a little bit here and a little bit there polluting, eventually that's going to wipe out a lot of the good air and, the good vibes that we should really be having if we didn't pollute or litter. So it's the same thing with people's mental, these mental things that we're allowing people to get away with. Listen, if somebody's doing this he say, she say, yo, let's call them on the phone right now. Let's wrap it up right now. Let's talk about it right now. Let's iron this out together right now. And that's just the way that I am, and I observe a lot, right? And a lot of, at times I could be very brash, right? I'm the type of person, look, listen, if you told us, right? Listen, imagine this. We having Thanksgiving dinner. Now listen, we having Thanksgiving dinner, and a big thing at Thanksgiving across the nation is the turkey, right? It may not be for me, but for a majority of the people around the United States, the big thing at Thanksgiving is the turkey, right? So here's the deal. If you are responsible for bringing the turkey, and you come knocking on the door and you're like, hey, what's up? And you don't have the damn turkey, I'm the person that's going to ruin all of Thanksgiving. Some people say I would ruin it, but all I'm doing, see, everybody else is opening the door and they say, oh, hey, how you doing? And they ain't going to talk about the fact that you were supposed to have the turkey. I'm the person, we opening the door, hugs and kisses. Hey, how you doing? Oh, man, yo, where's the turkey? Oh, you couldn't make it? All right. Well, listen, everybody's not here yet. Go to the store and go buy a already made turkey. Now, here's another thing, and then I'm going to get out of here. Last thing, I just posted it on my Facebook. Was that yesterday? Listen, we all say, back to this college student, listen to me. We all say the old cliche. Birds of a feather flock together. Birds of a feather flock together. But what we're not talking about is the different type of birds that's out there. These feathers, chickens have feathers. Pigeons have feathers. Turkeys have feathers. Eagles have feathers. Yeah, birds of a feather do flock together. So there's a whole bunch of chickens flocking together. There's a whole bunch of turkeys flocking together. There's a whole bunch of pigeons flocking together. And then we have the eagles that are flocking together. Birds of a feather do flock together. But guess what? There's a lot of different types of birds out there. And that college student that I had to confront this past weekend, guess what? He may have had some pigeon type feathers, but I promise you this, the professional and the respectful and the spiritual way that I confronted him on this cowardice act that he was doing, I honestly feel if he had some pigeon feathers flucking on him, guess what? I have a feeling after he regurgitates, he's probably thinking about this right now. I promise you, he will be striving to become and to have the feathers of an eagle. See, eagles don't allow this type of behavior going on. Eagles don't allow people to hang themselves. People don't allow, you see what I'm saying? So that was one thing that I know that he learned. What's another takeaway from this that we can take? Another take is, don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to address an issue, right? I think that's another thing that the college student took, because I'm pretty sure I'm not the first person he was having this type of hate for, this subtle hate, this quiet hate, this under the rug hate. I'm 100% sure that he did not. Listen, I'm 100% sure that in that moment, he realized that, man, maybe I need to stop talking under my breath about people, because I don't want to ever be confronted like that by somebody ever again. Like, that had to be an awkward moment for him. It had to be an awkward moment for him to listen. He was talking to this person. After this person left, because that person didn't even want to hear it, he went to that person to talk all about me and the way I was winning. We don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Eagles don't have time for that. We're cut from a different cloth. But the only reason, listen, if this was an adult, and if this was somebody who had so much of an ego and that had so much, they were locked in their ways, chances are I probably wouldn't have said anything, because this was a young fella. This is a young, educated college student. He wants to be, he already had his game plan. He's in college right now. He's a junior in college. He's going for criminal justice. He wants to become a state trooper first, and then he wants to be, he had everything lined up. So this is a kid with a good head on his shoulders. The only thing that he was lacking is being a coward. Right? We no matter what profession you in, you have to address the issue at hand. I was always taught, listen, if there's an elephant in the room, it's best that we address it. Right? Introduce the elephant that's in the room. And I promise you, we have to do this with this younger generation. Right? We really, really have to. I know it hurts, but guys, remember, you ask anybody that's around my age, listen, there was a time where it was cool. You can tell somebody, yo, I don't like that. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're wearing. You say it right to the person's face, and everything was okay, because now that person knows where you stand, and it's in the air. All right, so shout out to all of the young people out there, this millennials, shout out to you guys. There's not a piece of my heart and soul that believes that you guys are as bad as everybody else says that you guys are. What I do believe that we need to do, right, is I do believe the individuals that's my age and above, I believe that we need to start implementing, we need to start living out the rituals, right? The traditions that we had growing up, right? I'll say this just a sidebar. This is just a bonus, guys. You see a lot of this old stuff popping up, right? You see a lot of this old stuff popping up, right? You saw the Shirley Caesar. I got beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. And you saw the other joint, right? They brought back the Running Man, right? They brought back the Running. Girl, you should know that. Right? So it's all of this. The time is now to start teaching these young folks some real principles that they can stand on. The time is now. Our generation is respectable the same way the baby boomers passed it to us. Right? We wasn't the first people to start the bell bottoms, right? We wasn't the first people to start doing that. No, we took that, it was a little fad, and then we ain't the first generation to be, we started a few things, my generation, but, that's life. So this is your boy, Billionaire Brown. I know at least one of you gained something from it. And in summary, listen, all I'm saying in summary is what you say, what you talk about to other people about other people. Stop being a coward and be able to say the same things you talk about to other people about that person. Don't be afraid to say it to that person's face. Let's bring that back. Let's make that normal again. Like all this that we hiding behind social media, that joint is crazy. Like, listen, let's bring the real back. Let's bring the real back. Yo, you don't like me? You don't like something that I do? Tell me. Shoot, this is a college student we talking about. And I didn't give him a lesson. I lived a lesson right in his face. He got to experience it. Yo, we bringing real back. The real is back. You see what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with not liking something or someone. It ain't wrong with it. What's wrong with it is you fronting and faking and being a coward, telling everybody else you don't like what that person's doing and you don't like that person at all. And then when they come around, you just throwing it under the rug, acting, you're not being real. Y'all crazy. And then I look crazy because I'm the person that's like, yo, are you serious? And then I'm telling somebody, yo, I don't like when you do that. I don't like when you do that. And then they say, oh man, he's so tough. He shouldn't have done that to that college boy. Where that college boy at? Come here, baby. No, listen. Come on now. We gonna raise some. We gonna not only is this what y'all fixing to do. If you think what I'm saying is wrong, we fixing to raise not only a lazy generation but a weak generation. You see what I'm talking about? And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to leave this world better and stronger than when I was able to tap into it. And it's not gonna happen by allowing weak, cowardice stuff like that. All right, so set the tone. Let me see some of these comments here, if we got any. What up, cuz? Javon, what's up, Javon? Yo, Javon, matter of fact, let me put this on the charger real quick. Javon, guess what? I was in New Jersey, Javon, and Zakira's sister actually knew who you was, and that's all the way on the other side of New Jersey. She knows you from skating, and she be seeing you doing all your things with your Michael Jackson glove. So shout out to you, cuzzo. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. You have something special in you, and I know you're going to do some amazing and great things, right? And just to keep with intertwine the message that I had today, listen, it's your generation. You guys, listen, continue to be a great example. I love your uniqueness, man. Zakira Casado, smiley faces, high five. That's what's up. Exodus 23:1, Zakira, do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness. Can I get a witness? Listen, you can read 3 John, what's that? 3 John verse 12, that says Demetrius has a testimony from all. Listen, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. That's what we should be saying. Like, hashtag, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, seriously, when your people start coming around talking about this person, I ain't the only one. Maybe I'm the only one that's saying it and being honest. And hey, it comes with the territory. And I understand that. And you know what? My dream, as y'all know, is I'm going to be the guy that brings personal development to the mainstream. That's it. And listen, if you're willing to continue letting this happen, he say, she saying, let people come around you and then act all crazy and cowardy when the real person is right there, whew, you can have it. Girl, bye. Shoot. All right. Thank you. All right. Let's see. All right. Boom, boom. Bombs, bombs, bombs. Madonna Moore. Mimi that bird quote. That is shareable. It sure is. We going to get that to Oprah Winfrey and the OWN Network. And they going to have me on Super Soul Sunday like, And I'm going to be like, yo, what up, Madonna Moore? Shout out to Madonna Moore. Yeah, that is a shareable thing. Now, that's a real thing, too. You know what I'm saying? Because there's always, you always got to peel that other layer behind the onion, right? You got to peel that sucker back. Okay, birds of a feather flock together. You start hearing people that ain't even doing nothing. This same college student probably tell people birds of a feather flock together. But listen, if this kid is saying birds of a feather flock together, I don't got the same feathers as you. I don't have the same we might both be birds, but I don't got those type of feathers. Because those type of feathers, I'm trying to win. I ain't trying to talk about how somebody else is winning, because that's going to affect the way I'm winning. So listen, birds of a feather do flock together. Listen, y'all, here's another one. Listen, we on the same page. 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 Well, guess what? You on page 4 in a magazine, and I'm on page 4 in a book. Same page, but it's a different book. What we need to do is we need to get on the same page in the same book so we can be on the same journey. You see what I'm saying? Same page. No, we ain't on the same page, bro. No, because the people I hang around with, guess what? We don't do coward stuff like that. We address the issue. We got a problem. What Vanilla Ice used to say, if you got a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ Yo, Vanilla Ice was telling us, yo, you got a problem? Tell me what it is, and then we can solve it. You see what I'm saying? You don't got to be a gangster to say that. You don't have to be rude to say that. Like, yo, you don't like that? Yo, you don't like my hat? You don't like... What? What? Okay, fine. You don't like it. Thank you for telling me. Now I don't have to feel weird around you, because energy is real. Vibes is real. Everybody's saying, well, I don't want to tell this person nothing. Yo, your energy and your vibes towards that person that's even worse. That's worse. You see what I'm saying? Energy is real. Energy is real. Energy introduces yourself way before you open up your mouth. Energy. So for those people that are kind of scared, like, oh, I don't like confrontation. Well, guess what? Those vibes is worse than any confrontation. Your vibes. You hear what I say? I'll say it again. Your energy, our energy, introduces ourselves way before we start opening our mouths. You see what I'm talking about? I feel so much better when I take a deep breath and ask the hard question. What's the hard question? Oh, what's the hard question? Sleep better too. Yeah, you definitely do sleep better too. And shout out Madonna. I actually, there's a young lady named Dominique. She's actually going to be in December 13th. She's going to be in Fayetteville at your event from 6 to 9. And also, I believe Rosalind Perkins is going to be there too on December 13th. She's going to be coming from Wilmington. Another successful entrepreneurs, they will be there on December 13th. Shout out to them. We're bringing real back. It ain't nothing, it ain't nothing. Just being honest, right? That's really all it is, just being honest. And that's all it is, right? But forget all that old stuff. Like, forget hiding behind whatever you hiding behind. People be like this. Like, yo, stop hiding behind that. Your energy sucks, bro. Like, even if that dude never said anything to me, if I didn't question him and I didn't drill him and I said, because he wanted to play, and I'm like, yo, what was you saying? And he didn't want to say nothing. Like, yo, what did you say? What was you telling all of them about me? All right, well, listen, say it right now. I want to hear it. Because, listen, it might even be something that I could get better at myself. You might help me out. Why are you telling other people what I need to get better at? What is that? You know the difference between an investigator and a critic? An investigator gets paid. right? Listen, if you really are a good person, what is telling everybody else about my flaws gonna do for me? Hell, what is it gonna do for the people you telling? Nothing. It's just revealing who you are. Oh, this person like to hate on people. Come on, listen, if you really want to help somebody, let's go back to the real stuff, right? You got a problem, tell me about it, and then let's go from there. And if I got a problem with you telling me what my flaw is, if you, listen, but here's another thing too. If you have I just was listening to this the other day. If you're bold enough to give somebody address what their problem is, you should also be smart enough to also have at least some type of solution or suggestion for that problem, right? Just giving somebody a problem, it's like they said, anybody can do that, right? Anybody can tell you that a house is burning, right? The house is burning. Well, guess what? Anybody can say the house is burning, but why don't we, who's the person that's going to, call 911? Who's the person that's going to make sure everybody's out the house? Right? We don't need people to just tell us that the fire is burning. All right. Yes, nobody in high positions of power hide from conversation. They tell it like it is. I'm reading a book now called F Feelings. I like that. Let me know the author of that. It's life-changing. You can be real and still be kind. Absolutely. Oprah, yes, ma'am. All right, boom. Ice baby. Shout out to Jason Gunning too. Jason Gunning, that's my boy right there. Brother from another mother. Shout out to Jason Gunning. That dude is definitely as honest as they come. I know I'm not sure when it's broadcasted, but he got a show Off Ramp, and Off Ramp, that's a show where you have he's just going off the ramp. Right, he's just going he's going off ramp, just speaking his mind and giving his honest truth. So shout out to Gunn, and he's from New Jersey too. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. This your boy Billionaire Brown. Don't forget, if you like this video, tag some of your friends in it. Tag some of your business partners, tag some of your coworkers, and also if you haven't downloaded my Silver Dollar ebook yet, download it. You can find it at richbefore30.com, and my YouTube channel is definitely popping. My YouTube channel is popping and is growing. We got interviews on there. We have answering questions on there. And we got a lot of good stuff coming through the pipelines, man. So that's youtube.com/Billionaire Brown online. Billionaire Brown online on YouTube. Thank you guys for listening to this message. Again, the only way we're going to save the youth is to be real with the youth. Peace.